There is a poison flowing through the modern mind. It enters quietly, disguised as sophistication. We call it the complexity curse. It tells you that if something is simple, it cannot be true. If an idea is accessible, it cannot be valuable. The curse whispers, complexity equals depth. But here is the truth the curse hides from you. Complexity is often a mask. It conceals the absence of genuine understanding behind a wall of impressive noise. The historical pattern. History reveals a relentless pattern. Every field of human knowledge at its birth speaks in the language of clarity. Then something shifts. Consider medicine. Ancient healers understood that a wounded soldier needs rest, nourishment, and clean bandages. Simple, effective. Then came centuries of humoral theory: blood, phlegm, black bile, yellow bile. For 2,000 years, physicians bled patients based on complex astrological calculations. They killed millions, not because they were cruel, but because they had fallen under the complexity curse. The simple truth, rest, cleanliness, nutrition, was too humble for their sophisticated minds. They preferred the elegant lie to the plain fact, and the patient paid the price. The modern manifestation. The curse did not die with leeches and astrology, it simply changed costumes. Today, it wears the tailored suit of corporate jargon and academic credentialism. Walk into any modern organization and ask a simple question: what do you do? You will receive not an answer, but an incantation, a ritual of words designed to sound important. We leverage core competencies to optimize paradigm-driven outcomes. What does that mean? Nothing. And that is precisely the point. Meaningless complexity protects the speaker from scrutiny. If you cannot explain your work to a child, you do not understand your work. The curse makes you feel deep while keeping you shallow. It is the ultimate self-deception. The psychology of the curse. Why do we fall for this? Because the human mind craves status more than truth. Complexity signals intelligence to those too intimidated to question it. There's a name for this in psychology: the curse of knowledge. Once you understand something, you forget what it was like not to understand it. You lose the ability to translate. But the curse goes deeper. Complexity also protects us from failure. If your simple plan fails, you have failed. If your impossibly complex plan fails, well, it was complex. Failure was expected, even noble. Complexity is the perfect camouflage for incompetence. It transforms failure into mystery. The variables were too numerous. The system was too sophisticated. No, the thinking was too muddy. The cost of the curse. The complexity curse does not merely confuse, it destroys. It slows progress, wastes resources, and buries talent under mountains of unnecessary procedure. Every great idea in history was once simple: the wheel, the lever, democracy, the scientific method. Then the complexifiers arrived to bury the simplicity under commentary. Consider your own life. How many hours have you lost to unnecessarily complex instructions? How many opportunities have you missed because the path was buried under jargon? The curse convinces you that the difficult path is the worthy path, that if it were easy, everyone would do it, but everyone should be able to do what is true.
The weapons against the curse. How do we fight the complexity curse? The first weapon is the question why, applied without mercy. Why is this necessary? Why in this form? Why not simpler? The second weapon is the child. Explain your idea to someone under 10. Watch their face. Their confusion is not their failure, it is yours. Simplify until they nod. The third weapon is the red pen. Cut every word that does not work. Remove every step that does not add value. Kill your darlings. Simplicity is surgical. The fourth weapon is time. Complex systems crumble under the weight of their own moving parts. Simple systems endure. Ask yourself, will this explanation make sense in a decade, in a century? The reward. When you break the complexity curse, something remarkable happens. You become dangerous, not to others, to problems. You see through the fog. You become the one who can act while others are still debating terminology. While they argue about the perfect method, you have already done the work. You become the teacher that students remember, not because you filled their heads with facts, but because you cleared the space for them to think. You become the leader who is trusted, not because you know everything, but because you communicate what you know without hiding behind walls of noise. The call. The complexity curse surrounds you. It is in your workplace, your media, your conversations. It whispers that you need more training, more jargon, more credentials before you can speak. But you have seen behind the curtain now. You know that complexity is often a costume, and simplicity is the face beneath. You can choose which to trust. This is not an invitation to ignorance. It is an invitation to mastery. True mastery is not the accumulation of complexity, it is the reduction of complexity to essence. The greatest minds in history shared one trait: they could make the complex simple. Einstein did not become famous for equations, he became famous for making the universe understandable. Newton did not hide gravity in mathematics, he showed a falling apple. Darwin did not bury evolution in data, he showed the beaks of finches. The simple image carries the profound truth. The daily practice. Breaking the curse is not a one-time event, it is a daily discipline. Every morning ask yourself, what complexity am I carrying that I do not need? Every conversation ask, am I adding clarity or adding noise? Every explanation ask, would a child understand? Every plan ask, what is the simplest path to this result? This is how you starve the curse, not by rejecting complexity where it is necessary, but by refusing to worship it where it is not. Complexity is a tool, not a god. Use complexity when you must, dismantle it when you can, and always, always prefer the explanation that fits in a single sentence over the one that fills a book. The final truth. Here is the final truth the complexity curse does not want you to know. The universe at its deepest level is not complex. It is elegant, it is beautiful, it is simple. The laws of physics fit on a napkin. The principles of biology can be taught to a child. The foundations of ethics have been known for millennia. We keep adding, but the core remains. The complexity curse is a wall between you and reality. Tear it down. Not with anger, with clarity, with the relentless pursuit of the simple truth beneath the noise. You are not here to be impressed by complexity, you are here to understand, and understanding, real understanding, is always within reach. It always has been.